Hello everyone, I am Professor Sushant Mohite, working as a Head of Electrical Department in Praveen Patil Polytechnic. In previous video, we start the unit number 2 of subject Electrical Power Transmission and Distribution. The title of the unit number 2 is Transmission Line Parameters and Performance. In this unit, we learn the parameters, the line parameters concept of R, L and C of line parameters. Then we learn the classification of transmission line, in that the short transmission line, medium transmission line, long transmission line. Then we learn the performance of short transmission line. Okay. Now we start the next concept, that is the performance of the medium transmission line. Okay. Here the diagram shows the equivalent circuit of the nominal T network. This is the type of medium transmission line. Okay. In medium transmission line, there are three methods. The first is a nominal T method, the second one is a nominal pi method, and the last one is a N condenser method. By using this line, we calculate the efficiency of the transmission line. Okay. So this diagram shows the equivalent circuit of the nominal T network. This diagram is looking just like a T. Okay. In this diagram, the first part is a PS. PS means is the sending end power. Cos phi s means the sending end power factor, and VS PH means it's a sending end phase voltage. Okay. Then here is this one is a medium transmission line. In that we consider the two parts. The first is the RPH divided by 2. The second one is the XPH divided by 2. This is the transmission line. Transmission line is made by, or it's a combination of resistance and the reactance. And the second one is RPH divided by 2 and the XPH divided by 2. And the last one is this is the receiving part. Okay. In that receiving part, this one is a receiving part. In this receiving part, we connect the load. Okay. The types of load we discuss in the next slide, but it's a load. Okay. In here, the PR means it's a receiving end power. Then cos phi r is the receiving end power factor, which one is the lagging, means it's here is the load is the inductive. It's a assumption. Okay. And VRPH means it's a receiving end voltage, which is in phase. Okay. Now in this nominal T method, the three parameters, namely R, XL and C, are shown in this diagram. Okay. In this diagram, the C. Okay. It's resemble just like a English letter T. Okay. The lump capacitance is shown between the P and N conductor at the middle of C. Matlab the lump capacitor means the capacitor is which is connected in parallel in between the sending end power and the receiving end power. On both sides, the other parameters R and XL are shown half on left portion and half at the right portion, which is equally divided. Okay. Then the sending end voltage Vs at the beginning of line, and VR is the voltage at the receiving end of the line. Then the voltage across the capacitor, which is the E1, okay, which is at the mid of the line across the capacitor. Okay. Then the IS means it's a sending end current. Okay. Then IR means receiving end current, and IC means the capacitor current which is flowing in the capacitor. Okay. Then cos phi r is the receiving end power factor. Cos phi s means sending end power factor. Okay. Now by using this equivalent circuit, we find the percentage regulation and the efficiency of the medium transmission line. Okay. Uh, for finding this regulation and efficiency, first we understand or we draw the vector diagram of the nominal T network by using the equivalent diagram. Okay. So in this diagram, first you take the reference as the voltage. At the time of vector diagram, you understand whenever we drawing or whenever we draw the vector or phasor diagram, okay, at that time we consider the load side, okay, means load side voltage, load side current, okay, then the load side power factor. So we consider the VR, which is our reference voltage, okay. Then the next is here we consider the load is inductive. So when the reference voltage is a reference, the current is in lagging condition. So current which is in lagging, okay. Then which is the what, IRPH divided by 2. Then means this one, okay, this one. Then next is this current which is flowing in this one. This current means your load is connected to the second portion of the medium transmission line, means this one, okay. So which is the IR, okay. This is the receiving end current. The current which is flowing in resistor, this one is the IRPH, okay, divided by 2. Then current flowing in the inductor, which one is the IXPH divided by 2. So we consider the current which is flowing in this direction, okay. So the reference is a voltage. Then next is the next one is the what, the current flowing in the IRPH, which one is the it's what which is in the phasing condition, so it's a downward direction, okay. Then then next is the it's an inductor, which is inductor, it's a pure inductor. You already learn the when the at the time of series RL circuit, when the voltage is a reference, then the current which is in leading condition, okay. So it's a leading, means it's a it's a lagging condition, it's a 90-degree lagging, okay. So here is also, okay, this one is the current which is in phase, okay. Then this is the 90-degree lagging, okay. This one, when the one part is completed, and then it's what, the VR plus IRPH divided by 2, and then XPH divided by 2, and then it's a addition of VR, it's a vector addition of VR plus IRPH divided by 2 plus IXPH divided by 2 is equal to this one, it's a E, okay. Okay, this one means one part is a complete. Now is the second part. Once again same condition, the current which is flowing in the sending end current which is flowing in the it's a RPH, this one, okay. Then next is a flowing in this direction. So once again same portion, means this portion same, so copy paste which is connected here, okay. But here is a IRPH, means receiving, because the current which is flowing in the receiving side, so IRPH, but here is a IS, but here is a what, ISPH divided by 2, and then ISPH, okay, divided by 2. Then addition of this one, okay, addition of this one, okay, you get VSPH, okay. This is the vector diagram of the nominal T network. At the time of this diagram, or at the time of we learn this method, you take some consideration or assumption. The first, it is assumed that line capacitance is connected at the center of the transmission line. So the line this one, the capacitor, you assume that the capacitor is connected at the center of the transmission line. then it is assumed that half of the resistance and reactance per phase are divided in either side of the capacitor. So half of the portion, this one and this one. So we consider what the in medium transmission line, the half of the portion which is connected capacitor side, the one side of the capacitor, okay, this one, and the one side of the capacitor, and the second one is connected in the another side of the capacitor. This one is a assumption. Okay. So, okay, this is so in exam every time they ask the for 4 marks or 2 marks draw the equivalent diagram of the nominal T network and the vector diagram of the nominal T network. Okay, and also write down the assumptions of the nominal T network. The next is a pi network. Okay, pi network of the medium transmission line. In this method, the lump capacitance is divided equally at the sending end and at receiving end location. Line resistance, okay, the lump capacitor, this one, it's a lump capacitor which is connected, is divided equally at the sending end side and the receiving end side. The line resistance R and inductive reactance XL are shown between the capacitance location, this one, okay. Then this arrangement is just looking like a pi shape, hence the name is the nominal pi method. Okay. Then in this network, the VR is the receiving end voltage, Vs is the sending end voltage, then Is is the sending end current, IR is the receiving end current, then IL is the current in the line, okay, or IT, this is also IL or IT is the current in the line. Then the ICS and ICR means it's a current in lump capacitor or condensers, okay. Then this is the equivalent diagram of the nominal pi network. The next is the vector diagram, okay. This is a vector diagram of the nominal pi network. As usual, receiving end voltage VR is taken as a reference vector. From the end of VR, drop are added as explained in uppercase, okay. So here we consider the VR as a reference, then drop which is across the transmission line, okay, we consider here. Then here is the drop is the resistive drop, which is the drop which is occurs in the resistance, which is VR means this one, the drop in occurs in this one is this resistor, which is the VRPH means resistive drop is equal to IT into RPH, okay. So this one, okay, so this one, okay. Next is the drop which is occurs in the inductor, this one in this diagram, okay, this one, which is the Vx, and the voltage drop across the inductor, which is equal to IT into XPH. So here is this one, okay, this one. So that's why because of the drop occurs in the inductor, the condition here is a 90-degree leading, okay, and the addition of receiving end voltage plus drop, so it's equal to the sending end voltage, okay. Okay, so at the time of drawing this diagram, okay, vector diagram and the equivalent circuit of the pi network, we consider or we assume it is assumed that the capacitance of the transmission line is divided into half of the line capacitance is connected at the receiving end and half of capacitance is connected at sending end. It is assumed that transmission line resistance and reactance per phase is connected in between two half transmission line capacitors. So it's a very important question which is every time asked in exam. Draw the equivalent diagram of the nominal T method and the equivalent diagram of the nominal pi network, and for 2 marks. And once again another question which is asked in exam, it's a very important question. Draw the vector diagram of the nominal T network and the vector diagram or phasor diagram of the nominal pi network. Thank you.